Okay, so back. We are back, and we're gonna be giving some commentary about Pierce Morgan interviewing this OnlyFans model. Let's get into it. Our Talk Radio live in 4K.
Here, OnlyFans has become a digital phenomenon. There's 190 million users and 3 million so-called creators who mostly use the space to upload X-rated photographs and videos of themselves for their subscribers. And it's big business, very big business, raking in $5 billion a year. Well, Ellie Brooke, who makes 6 to 7 figures per month on the site, describes it as empowering. But after years of fighting back against the objective use of women in newspapers, magazines, and as cheerleaders in sport, isn't it just, well, a bit of a backward step? Well, joining me now is OnlyFans creator Elle Brooke. I did ask you and then got it wrong, didn't I?
Yeah.
I'm the host of the Blair White Project, Blair White, over in the States. So welcome to both of you. All right, Elle, now tell me about yourself.
Yeah.
What were you before you did this?
I was a law student, and now I'm a TikToker.
At university?
Yeah, Uni of Southampton. So
Did you graduate or?
No. I dropped out to do OnlyFans because I was making a lot of money. So I was like, why am I doing reading?
Studying to be a lawyer?
Yes.
And then you start doing OnlyFans while you're at university?
Yes.
What made you get into it?
Because I saw how much money other people were earning, and I was thinking, hey, I can do this too. And then it turns out I'm pretty good at getting my clothes off, and I was like, this is a career for me.
Now, you see, okay, look, I've nothing against you. I'm not taking a moral view here, right? You can do what the hell you like if it's legal. I'm just disappointed that someone like you, who's obviously got a great brain, training to be a law student at university, decides to pack it all in to just take your clothes off for perfect strangers on OnlyFans. Why?
Because I wouldn't have made loads of money as a solicitor anyway. Like, I would have earned money, yes, but I earned that in 2 weeks now. And I earned that throughout uni.
How much do you make? I mean, how much money do you make?
I earn a lot. How much do you make? Maybe like double that?
Well,
Okay, the thing is like these women don't think about the fact that they're gonna get older, and your moneymaker is your youth, and you are going to eventually be phased out. This is not to be mean. Everybody has a time clock. Men have a time clock. Women have a time clock. Unfortunately, unlike what the red pill will tell you, they want to just say one gender only has a time clock. Both genders have a time clock, okay? And women's, will depreciate as they age, okay? And, a 25, 26-year-old will be beaten out by 20-year-old, 19-year-old in this type of, if you will call it, the world's oldest profession. And this is what a lot of these young girls don't understand. And they don't make that much money. It all is in the hands of the simps who want to pay for you.
We won't get into what I earn, but what do you earn?
I earn a lot of money.
Well, give me a number.
Well, I don't want to give a specific number, but
Why not?
I'm 0.01 on OnlyFans, so I'm as top as it gets.
What does that mean?
It means you are the best of the best. 0.01%.
Best of the best of what?
OnlyFans creators in monetary terms.
Why are you so good?
Because I'm really good looking.
Right.
And original.
We're certainly not shy, are you?
No, I know I'm good at what I do.
I'm not going to harangue you for being cocky, because that would be ridiculous coming from me. But, all right, well, let me go to Blair here. I mean, Blair, look, on the face of it, isn't this really what feminist empowerment's all about? A woman in control of her body, doing what she wants with it, making a huge amount of money? Isn't it entirely down to Elle, what she decides to do?
It absolutely is up to Elle to do whatever she wants to do in her professional career. And I don't have any issue with adults doing what they want, entering sex work. However, unfortunately, I think the way in which OnlyFans is often discussed in public makes it out to be this quick get-rich scheme. It reeks of a pyramid scheme. And oftentimes young girls find themselves following this fool's gold rush and not really understanding the consequences of it. So here's some information that I feel like young girls should.
This is real creepy because this is not a woman here. This is Blair White. She's on the Republican side and she's a transformer. She's a Decepticon. Oh boy. Weird when it's weird when he is the voice of reason.
Arm themselves with. The average registered OnlyFans creator makes only $180 a month. That's the average. So we're not discussing Elle in that, obviously, but that is the average. Making about $2,500 a month puts you in the top 1%, which adds up to $15 an hour, which is the same or less than McDonald's pays. So oftentimes these young girls find themselves, entering sex work thinking that it's going to be financially, beneficial for them, and they end up making less than a fast food worker, but they still take on the entire stigma of being involved in sex work and oftentimes can't find employment afterwards. So my only issue is people doing these things without having, themselves armed with the information. And I think everyone should know what them.
Yeah, I mean, look, you make some good points. I mean, what do your family think of this? I mean, they must be incredibly disappointed, surely, that you backed in a potentially really successful career as a lawyer to do this.
Yes, my dad is dead and my mum is on my payroll. My family are fine.
Your mum's on your payroll?
My mum is on my payroll.
Doing what?
Let's rewind that. Okay.
My dad is dead and my mum is on my payroll. My family are fine.
Your mum's on your payroll?
My mum is on my payroll.
In what? Doing what?
That's usually a setup right there, okay? Fatherless women, they're easily looking for attention, and they will anything to be seen, and OnlyFans will be it. Sad case. Most fatherless women will turn to drugs or older men or porn for validation.
Admin?
What does that mean?
Just behind the scenes work. She doesn't do anything rude or anything.
So she loves you doing this?
Well, she doesn't praise it at the pub like, woohoo, my daughter does OnlyFans, but she's supportive. She knows that I'm over 18. I can do what the hell I want. And she knows that, her views can't, impact my life. What is she going to do? You're grounded because you do OnlyFans. Like, what the hell? It's 2023. People can do what the hell they want.
No, don't get me wrong. I totally subscribe to that. And the show.
Oh, you subscribe?
I don't subscribe to you, but I haven't bestowed you that honour yet. No, but I think this show's called Uncensored. You can do what the hell you like. I don't care. But I'm just curious about you being someone who embarked on a law career, was obviously very bright, went to university, packed it in just for money to be effectively an online stripper. I mean, that's what you do, right?
Yeah. Way worse than an online stripper. But
what do you mean way worse?
Way worse. Online strippers just, naked. I do things that are way more grotesque than
just
that.
Pornography?
Pornography, anything. But it's all within what I want to do. And I absolutely love it. And I'm really good at it. I could be a good lawyer, yes, but also am I good at doing other things on video and camera?
How would you feel when you want to have kids yourself?
Well, I mean, I don't really want kids right now. But at
you
least
will do. How old are you?
25.
Right, so you will do at some stage, probably, right?
Maybe.
When you do, you're going to be proud that you have your little ones and they look at you and go, didn't you want to be a lawyer, Mummy? What happened?
Yeah.
And you go, yeah, but look at all my stuff.
They can cry in a Ferrari.
And the thing is like, a lot of these women who grew up in fatherless homes, the father's not there, they have a very dominant streak. Very much a streak that you could tell them, if you do this for a long period of time, what will your kids think? They could cry in a Ferrari. Morals out the window, not caring about the well-being and the mentality of her children. They could cry in a Ferrari. Like their thought is money. You throw money at problems, it fixes everything. Money does not always solve problems. It only medicates at times. You're still left with the scars. And unfortunately, that is something she's going to have to learn the hard way.
You see,
she's someone that cannot be taught. She has to feel. Unfortunately, it seems that way. She is someone that cannot be taught. She has to feel. Many women who grew up with fatherless homes, they're hard-headed and they have to feel. There are some outliers, but usually the hard-headed ones, they have to feel.
I know there will be people watching this, younger people cheering you on, going, yeah, girl, you go, Elle. And then the other people going, what are you sounding like? You sound awful, grotesque. It's like, why go down this road? You could be doing something so much better for the world than this, couldn't you?
No, I've been so like sexually open since I was at school. And if you met anyone in my year group, they would be like, you were absolutely made to do this. And I think if you put your mind to something.
Oh gosh. She's been this way since high school. I cringe because it could be the cricket team, the rugby team. Oh boy. Oh boy.
That you can absolutely achieve it. Like, look at me with a little bit of good looks and hard work. You can
All right.
become a millionaire.
Blair.
Hard work, good looks, hard. Oh God. Good looks and hard work. Hard. Do it. What? Hard work. Things that are hard going in you. What hard work? You're not busting your butt to study books. You're not fighting the urge to go to sleep when you have an exam tomorrow, or resisting the urge to party instead of staying in a room for 8 hours straight to study for the exam the next day. What are you doing that is so hard?
Look, you know, play devil's advocate, Blair. I mean, look, you know, I saw you rolling your eyes, but the bottom line is she's making millions doing what she enjoys doing. She's clearly very popular. I mean, who are we to be too prudish about it, frankly?
It's nothing to do with Elle, but I think it's important to state that it's not just about having good looks and a little bit of work ethic, because oftentimes, like I just said, you could be incredibly good looking on OnlyFans and only bring in $180 a month and still take on the entire stigma of doing sex work. So while it's important to, you know, say that everyone can do what they want, we do have to acknowledge that Elle is the exception, not the rule. And oftentimes these young girls, sometimes on their 18th birthday, are being misled into joining this site that completely demolishes any.
The thing is, it's like, she has a body that is mostly desired, okay? And she's white. I'm not trying to throw the race group, but come on now. She's white, beautiful, blonde, the beauty standard of Western countries. She's going to be on top. But I could see her doing sports. I could see her being a lawyer. She has a very strong mentality, okay? And it's in the wrong field. She's going to regret this decision. She could only hold on with this hard-headedness, headstrong mentality in the wrong direction for so long. Eventually, she will break. She will get angry. She will get upset. And if she has kids and end up being a single mom, I feel bad for those kids, because she is really going to turn it up a notch. Might be one of those "my kids are my world" and smothers them, or gives them bad advice, or they're afraid of her because she will be very angry.
Prospects of future employment for them, and often statistically any chances of having relationships. A lot of OnlyFans girls are actually regretting being on the website, coming forward and saying they can't get a job now and they can't get a date, and they never even made the money to justify doing it.
That's a good
I'm so
point.
happy for Elle, but that's the exception to the rule.
Okay, yeah, let me ask you on that point. I mean, do you have a man or not? You want a man?
No, I'm single at the moment. But can I just point out that people fail at jobs all the time? Like, just because you didn't make it as an actor, do you regret being an actor? Like, so many companies go bust.
This is more than acting. This is sex work that is very detestable, and most men will not date you, will not take you seriously. A lot of women who do this type of stuff end up deleting themselves because they cannot escape what they had used to do, and they can't get a family. They can't get a man worth a damn.
And like, what for that point?
Right. If you fail at OnlyFans, you've done porn.
Sorry?
I said, but if you fail at McDonald's, you didn't flip a burger correctly for a customer. If you fail at OnlyFans, there's videos and pictures of you having sex or being naked on the internet forever. There's much worse consequences. You make that choice.
It's not like loads of people fail.
No, I know,
if you make
but
that
you should
choice
make
of
the
getting
choice
naked,
armed
then you
with the
can
information. But you should be armed with the information, is what I'm saying. You do
what
make
does
a
it say,
choice,
though, Elle? I
absolutely.
mean, honestly, we've got to wrap it up, but what does it say about society where a bright young woman like you, right, decides to abandon a career and a fantastic career as a lawyer to do this just because it's making you money online? What does it say about the way society's gone?
that I'm successful no matter what I do. I'd be successful as anything. It just
Are you proud of it? Are you proud
be...
of it, though?
Yeah, of course I
Really?
am. Of course I am. Look
More
at
than
me.
you would be as
Through
a lawyer?
OnlyFans, I box, I have a big social presence, I have everything. And OnlyFans was my gateway to become this influencer that I am.
Okay, she boxes. That explains the physique she got. Pretty good physique. Nice and fit, abs, good leg muscles. I'm sure she could punch straight and do all those good combinations. But that is deadly in the fact of a woman who finally understands she made a really bad decision. Every man looks at her as a sex toy, and she cannot get a man that she could be with that will put up with her lifestyle. I remember watching a video of a woman who did OnlyFans, and her own father wants nothing to do with her. He doesn't want to see her in public. Her family doesn't want to be around her unless they want money.
I am now.
But
I
who wants
absolutely
to be
am
an
proud of that.
influencer, really? What does it mean?
Who wants? Have you met any? Maybe not only fans, but any
I
kid
find
at school?
all
They wanna be
influencers pretty shallow people. I've got to
Yeah.
be honest, because
feel-
they think they're great influencing on people, but most of them aren't. They're a bad influence.
I feel like now you've been deplatformed. You're kind of an influencer.
Really?
Yeah,
In
I'd
what
say
way?
so. I don't know. Just you can have any views online and post them when you're an influencer.
That's true.
That has me as you.
That's true, but I
think
see
you
myself
call
as
it
I see myself as a journalist. It was a career I
Yeah.
always wanted to do. You would have been a lawyer
Yeah.
if you hadn't taken this path. I reckon I'll
Yeah.
interview again in 15 years.
Yeah.
And you'll say, you know what, Piers, you were right.
I'll pick.
Oh boy, I cringe to hear. I cringe to hear her remorse. I cringe because that's going to be a sad sight. It really is. And she's going to be so freaking angry and may even worse, push that career that she wanted to have on her daughters. Oh, you got those parents like that. All right. All right. So a lot of people think and say, there's nothing wrong with what she did. It's her life. She could do whatever the hell she wants to do. Okay? And you're right. She gets to do what she wants to do. But here's the problem when the kids are in the equation. All right? Son left depressed and suicidal after classmates flaunt naked pictures of mom who did OnlyFans. 13-year-old has been getting mocked and bullied at school from fellow students who have saved naked pictures of his mom for her controversial social media site. The teenager says she has been left depressed and suicidal after her classmates flaunted naked pictures of his mom from her OnlyFans account. The 13-year-old says he had no idea his mother was on the provocative social media site and suffered a panic attack when youngsters from his school began mocking him and shared naked pictures of his mom. The teenager says he confronted his mother about the OnlyFans account and was told he was overreacting, with his mom even insisted that sex work is basically the same as working in the supermarket. Oh my God. The callousness. Posting to Reddit, the troubled teen, I'm 13, my mom is 33. Things at school were never great. I'm sort of short, so I get picked on some, but it was manageable. That was until one of my classmates showed me a naked picture of my mom. I almost had a panic attack. I had to be excused from the classroom. I ended up not showing up for school for a few days, faking sick. I was hoping that things would cool off, but they didn't. As soon as I got back to school, almost everyone in class was staring at me and laughing at me. This has been going on for a week now. Tina says the bullying is gradually getting worse, and now lots of students have new images of his mom, which they are sharing after his mother shared a link to her OnlyFans on her personal Twitter page. He continued, I was wondering how my classmates even got the pictures, and apparently my mom advertised her OnlyFans on her personal Twitter account. Some students from my school follow her, so they're able to see the news, and they have been spread everywhere. I don't even have a Twitter account, so I don't know anything about this. The worst part is when I confronted my mom about this. She told me that I was overreacting and that sex work was the same as working at a bank or a grocery store. She also said it makes her feel good about herself and that she should be happy that I should be happy that she's more confident now? Really? That is disgusting. That is disgusting. Wow. I told the principal, but they can't suspend thousands of students or take anyone's phones. I've been crying in my room every day for the past week. I don't think I could take it anymore. Reddit users commented in their thousands on the child's post, some offering support and sympathy. One said, "Man, I feel for you. Stay strong though. Trust me, there's so much more to life. It's ups and downs. Just remember, it will get better." Another said, "Stay strong. You're gonna grow up. And you're gonna make it on your own." A third added, "Your mother handled that terribly. If I were her, I would be very uncomfortable that my son's underage peers showing her naked photos around the school." Others said the teenager should rise above it. One said, "If your mom is hot, you gotta rock it. I'm dead serious. You need to be above those losers laughing at you. At least your mom is looking good instead of the fat, ugly mothers. Don't worry about your height. Work on yourself and make your move." Oh boy. This type of stuff turns young boys into serial killers when they become adults. Okay? This is sad. This is sick. This is how selfish mothers are these days. Hold on a minute. Chat. Okay. I don't understand what the problem is. Donald Trump married a Playboy bunny. What's the big deal? The reality is, okay, so what? That's Donald Trump. This is a young boy. Okay, a young boy that needs to respect his mom. And it's hard to respect your mom if she's in her birthday suit every Tom, Dick, and Harry on the internet. And she wonders why her grown son does not respect her and doesn't want anything to do with her. Or worse, he has a very skewed and toxic view towards women. That's why. Okay? That is why. It's gross and it's borderline child abuse. If you are a parent and you are doing this type of stuff, you are a child abuser. That's what I could say about it. Okay. So, let's talk about the Home Depot girl. Let's talk about her. Now, I want to turn into kind of a little bit of a heated beat over the Home Depot girl because I was on a post and this one was talking about, okay, the Home Depot girl. All right. Her and Sukiyana got assaulted by young Osiris, but the reality was like young Osiris forced himself to kiss her, which is assault, and which is wrong. So I said in the post that young Cyrus should face the consequences of what he did, because that was a violation, and that was assault. That was sexual assault. I said about the Home Depot girl that the fact of the matter is the Home Depot girl put herself in that position to get attention and to get fired, because certain companies, they have make it a big deal. Do not take pics when you're in your work uniform. They have that for police officers. The big problem with that is for female police officers who see they can't stop being in front of TikTok, can't stop being in front of social media and doing TikToks in uniform. Okay. And the Home Depot girl took a pic of herself in uniform, and she took a pic of the fact that Shaquille O'Neal, the retired basketball player, was in her DMs, and she took a pic and showed it to everybody for clout, and she got fired. Okay, people doxed her and she got fired. Now, I said that was her fault. Then the person who created the post, she flipped out on me and said, "You're a grape apologetist," and I was like, "No, I am not a grape apologist. I'm just telling you there are consequences for your actions." And I couldn't take her seriously, the person who created the post, because she's talking about how men have to behave themselves, and here you are in a post in your bikini birthday suit, and you expect me to take you seriously about how you want men to stop being pigs, yet you are posting thirst traps for attention. You want men to tell other men to behave about something that you benefit from, which is being a thirst trap in a bikini. No. How you project, you're responsible how you project yourself, okay, in this world. You project yourself like a 304, you're going to get 304 attention. Dave Chappelle did a great comedy skit called The Hose Uniform. You should check that out. It explains it clear as day. You want the attention of respect, you're going to have to dress a certain way. You're going to have to carry yourself a certain way. All right. Well, men still act like pigs. No, all men do not act like pigs when you carry yourself with respect. Men who do that, they're the low value type of dudes. Okay. But if you're dressing constantly like like salmon dipped in honey in front of hungry bears, then I don't feel sorry for you. No, I'm not saying you should be harmed, but I'm saying the attention you get, you bring that on yourself. But let's get into, the woman got mad when I say that. And, she's stalking me and harassing me. But this is what you get when you go against the democracy. All right? But let's about this Home Depot. Fair use, by the way.
As y'all probably know me as the Home Depot girl, the girl who went viral, and just talk about how God is really testing my life right now and just testing my faith and trying to keep my patience in him and just trust that there's a bigger thing coming out of all this.
You put yourself in this. God didn't put you in this situation. You did.
Since I blew up on the internet, I have had so much backlash, good and bad. Like, it's been a lot of good, but you also have that percentage of bad. Like, everybody on Twitter hates me for what? I don't know. Like, I literally don't know, just because I stood up for myself, and that's fine. And then Instagram's really cool. And then, other situations that have happened throughout this whole process that have just kind of been crazy. But I literally had to kind of quit my job in this process because of how much I grew and how many people actually seen this. And people were illegally doxing my address and also figuring out where I worked because, I did have my school in my bio, also my location on Twitter. And
you didn't think. You just wanted the drug of attention. This is what I'm talking about. A lot of these women don't care. They want attention, and then they play victim. No one told you to do that. No one told you to post pics on a profile that had your home information on it. Okay? And, some feminazis really like, you're a victim blamer. Oh, my gosh. How could you be this way? You're a grape apologist. You're a coward. You blocked me on social media. Okay? And you'll have Sims saying, oh, you don't get no woman. Because I wasn't simping for a woman that completely had no self-respect for herself. Yeah.
Home Depot. So if you put math together, like, people started figuring stuff out. So now I'm going to have to probably move and just, kind of relocate and start fresh. And I just feel like am grateful to God because this opportunity gives me a chance to start over. I also gained a platform, and that means a lot to me because I work really hard making, my faith, lifestyle, beauty, and fashion content. So this kind of helps me go towards that direction. But it's also scary because I actually haven't received like any type of brand deals or anything like that. A lot of people think that like my net worth is going to flip now because of fame. That's not how it works. It just kind of, it's unmotivating, but I have faith that God is gonna make all of this work out in my favor. So yeah, some doors had to close, but I also know God.
How you putting God in this? God didn't tell you to post in your Home Depot uniform on a profile that had your address of where you live and where you work. Why are you putting God into this? I don't get it. God. Let's look at something else.
Is going to
Hold up, buddy. Hold up. God, right? God. Love it when they talk about the Lord. They talk about the Lord. It's coming. Trust me, it's coming. It's coming. Hold on a minute. All right. Yeah. God. Hold up 1 second. God, right? God. Yeah. God. Yep. God. God was all over this. God. That's right. God. Yep. God. So she's mentioning now. God. God put me in those Daisy Dukes. God had me dressing in a two-piece to show the world. God. Yeah. God. All right. Let's get into the article about her. This is what they're saying, man. The easiest types of chicks are in the church. That's what they say now. And get mad at me. Get mad. All right. Home Depot girl goes viral. Who is she? Home Depot girl is going viral on TikTok. HOLR breaks down the trends news below. Home Depot employees going viral after posting photos of herself in uniform working a normal 9-to-5 job. HOLR is breaking down the trending news and alleged backlash she's getting from other women. According to this TikTok video posted by user Freaka Gemini, a girl working at the Home Depot is going viral after posting herself working at entertainment. Okay. People going viral. TikTok explains that the girl is now allegedly facing backlash on Twitter from adult film stars because she's getting noticed online. And, adult film stars don't make that much money. It all depends on their looks. It all depends. Basically, if you don't win the genetic lottery, you're not making that much money as an adult film star. After the girl went viral for posting in her Home Depot uniform, supposedly featuring the caption, "The one job I work at that I reminded I'm too pretty to work at." She initially being praised online for being a level-headed woman who works and doesn't do things online. It does jeopardize her paycheck, though. She is now facing backlash on social media from other women who state that her working at Home Depot is not a flex, and that they don't see the hype. Despite the backlash, the girl got a DM from Shaquille O'Neal telling her not to worry about the haters. What happened to the women supporting women? Women don't really support women. They don't. If you're getting more attention than them, then they will portray you. That's the nature of women. There really isn't that much of a girl code unless you guys are on the same level. Okay? As mentioned in the article, Josephine's viral photos have sparked a debate online surrounding expectations for pretty women and where they should work. The article also claims that Josephine stated that she works at Home Depot to earn the right money. This is something supposedly mentioned in another tweet. Okay. That's basically about her, all right? And how she basically torpedoed her privacy, private life. Basically what she did. Okay. But let's get into Daniel Penny's indictment now. Okay. By the way.
Let's get to some breaking news right now. We're learning in the last few minutes that a grand jury has now indicted Daniel Penny in connection with that chokehold death of a man on a New York City subway, according to sources familiar with the matter. They say Penny is now being charged with second-degree manslaughter. You'll remember he was a former U.S. Marine captured on video putting Jordan Neely in a chokehold. We're going to show you just once a short piece of that video now. It is graphic. You can see here Penny holding Neely down on the subway. Again, it was captured by somebody who was standing nearby, and it got national attention in this moment. Penny's attorneys say Neely was trying to protect himself and other passengers and that he never intended to harm Neely. After the indictment, we've reached out to a spokesperson for the DA's office. No comment there. A spokesperson for Penny's legal team also had no comment. Rahema Ellis is joining us now. Rahema, tell us more about what we're learning.
Hallie, what we've learned is what you pointed out, and that is that a grand jury has indicted Daniel Penny in connection with this choking death of Jordan Neely. And it comes after he was already facing a single indictment on a single count of manslaughter. That manslaughter came as a result of the district attorney's office charging him several days after this incident happened last month. It was an outcry in the city. In many ways, it had polarized people who thought that this former Marine, this young man, a former Marine, was given a pass, if you will. And some of them said they thought it might be based on race, that Daniel Penny is white and Jordan Neely is a young black man who many people pointed out that he was suffering from mental illness and had been on the list of the city for those at greatest risk of mental illness. But once
New York City has been dealing with has not been dealing with mental health in a long time, at least not seriously. Okay, there have been numerous deaths of people who have been pushed onto trains by mentally ill people, cut, scarred, burned. Okay, nobody's mentioning the fact that Jordan Neely had a pending court date for beating up an old lady. He has had over 40 arrests. Okay, though his loved ones who knew Neely was showing signs of mental illness at the age of 14 didn't really do anything for him. Neely at 14 witnessed his mother being murdered. Loved ones didn't do anything for him. They didn't. Plus, he tried to turn himself into Bellevue, and Bellevue didn't take him in. All right? There's a lot of blame to go around, but I don't see the blame going at Daniel Penny. I see the blame going at the city of New York and Jordan Neely's family.
once again, we are finding out a grand jury has indicted Daniel Penny on manslaughter charges. What we know is that a spokesman for the district attorney's office has declined to comment at this hour, and a spokesman for Penny's legal team says that they have no comment at this moment for it as well. But this, again, was a case that really polarized the city, and now 2 counts against Daniel, one on the city side, and the grand jury has now indicted him on manslaughter. Hallie?
Okay, what people are not understanding, and people are saying that they want Daniel Penny to face justice. What they don't understand is that, okay, the justice you want will set a precedent even further of how New York City cannot defend themselves against people who are mentally deranged. Okay, and Alvin Bragg is not your friend. The DA, Alvin Bragg, he's not your friend. That is the man when a woman had to defend herself against her psychotic, drunk ex-husband. Okay, he had her locked up. If it wasn't for people petitioning and showing proof that she defended herself against her violent alcoholic ex-husband, she would still be there in jail. There was an issue of a woman who went to try and purchase something for her daughter at a grocery store, grocery store in the city, and the car declined. The man told her she had to leave, so she sends her boyfriend to go and attack the store clerk. The store clerk was an old man. So the store clerk had to pick up a sharp object and stab the lady's boyfriend in self-defense. Alvin Bragg was going to send him to prison. A man that was defending himself. He was going to send him to prison. That's Alvin Bragg that is the DA for New York. Okay. A New York City grand jury voted to indict the Marine veteran for the May 21st death, sources told Fox News. Marine veteran Daniel Penny was indicted Wednesday for the New York City subway chokehold death of Jordan Neely, sources told Fox News. Penny was indicted on one count of each criminally negligent homicide and a second-degree manslaughter for the homeless man's May 21 death, sources said. Neely suffered from mental illness and had a long history of violent attacks on subway riders. Stormed onto the train at 2nd Avenue Station in Manhattan at about 2:30 p.m., screaming and threatening passengers. Between stops, you're trapped on the train. There's nowhere to go. You try to move away, but you can only do so much on a packed car. Penny, 24, told the Fox News Digital in an exclusive interview, "I was scared. I looked around and I saw older women and children, and they were terrified." Penny said in a released video by his lawyers that Neely had stumbled into the train car and appeared to be on drugs. He ripped off his jacket and threw it down at people sitting next to him, and they're sitting next to me, Penny recalled. I was listening to the music at the time. I took my headphones out of the ear. What he was yelling, the college student continued. The three main threats that are repeated over and over again were, "I'm going to kill you. I'm prepared to go to jail for life. I'm willing to die." Penny approached Neely from behind, wrapped his arm around Neely's neck, and dragged him to the floor as the two other men helped restrain him until he went limp. Cell phone footage only captured about 4 minutes of the encounter after Neely was completely on the floor, but one passenger can be heard telling Penny, okay, sorry about that, telling Penny, "You're going to kill him." The city medical examiner ruled Neely's death a homicide from compression of the neck. The killing has divided the city, with many blasting him as a murderer, while others have lauded him as a hero. Neely's death sparked citywide protests that blocked traffic and halted train service. Penny faces a maximum of 5 to 15 years in prison if convicted of one count of second-degree manslaughter. Now, here's something else that you guys probably didn't know about. Okay. You guys didn't know about this, but there was another incident of a homeless man threatening, okay, another citizen. Here we go. One second. Okay. load. All right, here we go.
Right now are combing through eyewitness videos that were shot on board that train as that scene unfolded. There are allegations that this man, the victim, the stabbing victim, was harassing other passengers on board, that he was slurring his words and possibly intoxicated, shirtless.
Sounds kind of familiar. Kind of sounds like in a way like Jordan Neely, huh?
Even gyrating in front of other passengers at one point in time. But what police say is that the stabber, the accused stabber, his girlfriend was actually punched in the face. This is Jordan Williams. He's nodding as reporters are asking him, was this self-defense and did he punch your girlfriend? The 20-year-old being taken to court in handcuffs after that Williamsburg stabbing 24 hours earlier. Now, the NYPD says that the victim, Victor Otarango, was a 36-year-old man and a former convict. They also say they have reports that he'd been acting belligerent and violent on the train. At one point, the two men had each other in headlocks. The victim at the time had been experiencing homelessness. Subway riders are again reacting to the violence in their midst as that 36-year-old man was stabbed to death. Williams, who has no prior criminal history, according to the NYPD, is getting different treatment than white defendant Daniel Penny. His attorney says this is clearly racially motivated.
He was defending himself. He was defending others. He shouldn't be a lost soul or a lost number that goes to Rikers Island, like a lot of other people that look like him, young black kids, as opposed to.
Yep, they're treating it that way. Oh, I want to see. Oh, and another thing, I want to see the Republicans. I want to see Fox News cover this. I want to see that because now it's showing. Now it's really showing. America is a racist nation. Okay. I want the same energy for Daniel Penny. I want the same energy for this black man who defended his girlfriend who was punched in the face by a homeless man. I want to see that.
Mr. Penny, who looks different.
You want to keep everyone safe. So to me, I see that as self-defense, and maybe it was a little harsh with the stabbing. You know, you got to be able to control yourself in a situation, but when you get angry.
Look, this is self-defense. Stop it. Okay? And I will say that you're having a lot of people of color being racist towards Daniel Penny now. Okay? This got to stop. This nonsense got to stop. If a homeless person is being belligerent to a bunch of innocent people and punches your loved one, you stand up and defend yourself and you defend your loved one. This is nonsense now.
It's hard. It's hard to do, especially when someone's acting the way they're acting and you're trying to just not defend. You just want to stay safe. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard, especially in the city now with a lot of people who have a lot of mental things going on.
And this is the thing that New Yorkers are facing when they're on board trains. The NYPD saying that transit crime is down by 7%, but that is cold comfort when you're actually caught up in the middle of one of these interactions that turns so very violent and in this case, deadly. And police right now are combing through eyewitness videos that were shot.
Okay. So we're seeing the fact of how New York is treating, Daniel Penny different from this young black man who defended his girlfriend. His girlfriend was being punched in the face, assaulted. All right. I want to see those conservatives. I want to see those Republicans come out and say this man was a hero. All right. That's what I want to see. Fair is fair, you know? We're all Americans, right? All lives matter, right? Come on, guys. Republicans is just as much snakes as Democrats. That's what you got to learn. Glad I taught my kids that. Don't trust either party. They're both snakes, only in it for their own personal interests. Okay. Should be coming up. Okay, here we are. All right. All right. Strapping are charged with manslaughter after stabbing ex-con who harassed him and his girlfriend on the train moments after punching a woman in the face. Just wonder how come they don't say that the homeless man punched his girlfriend in the face. Apparently, a drunken ex-con was stabbed to death on a New York City train Tuesday night after he started harassing a couple on board, punched the woman in the face, and then was allegedly knifed by a man trying to protect her. The Victor Quadrago, 36, was reportedly bothering passengers on board a northbound J train in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and even punched a woman before her 20-year-old boyfriend, Jordan Williams, pulled out his pocket knife and stabbed a man, police said Wednesday. Quadrago, who has attempted robbery convictions in his past, was then seen on a cell phone footage stumbling out of the train and collapsing to the platform at the Mercy Avenue station. Police and first responders rushed to the scene. The EMS crews transported the man to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Williams was charged Wednesday with manslaughter and criminal possession of a weapon. The case has drawn similarities with the chokehold death of Jordan Neely, 30, a homeless man with drug addiction problems who was apparently threatening to kill passengers on board the train last month. Okay. Authorities told the New York Daily News Tuesday, Quadrago boarded the Brooklyn-bound train with the couple at around 8:10 p.m. When the subway was traveling over the Williams Bridge, Quadrago allegedly started to harass commuters. Video obtained by Daily News purportedly showed the victim, who was slurring his words and was shirtless, getting into a random passenger's face. The outlet has not published the footage. As the commuter tried not to react, Daily News reported Quadrago began gyrating in front of them. Okay. Yeah, all this is showing that this dude was bringing it on himself. By the end of that video, Williams could be seen approaching the man in an apparent attempt to calm him down. But a second video obtained by the outlet showed that the two men were fighting, as an unknown woman could be heard screaming, "Don't effing touch her. You're a piece of crap. Get your effing hand off of her." It is unclear if that woman referenced the same woman who the victim allegedly punched. Quadrago was then seen backing off as the chest was covered in blood. The Daily News reports he could then seen stumbling out of the train when the doors opened and collapsed on the platform. Officers said the couple involved in the attack stayed on the train but were tracked down at the Chauncey Street station. They said they did not know the victim, and both Williams and his girlfriend were taken into custody as persons of interest, though the woman was later released. Quadrago had spent years in prison beginning in 2009 following an attempted robbery conviction in Queens. Some now see parallels between the case and the choke of Jordan Neely, who had been struggling with mental illness, drug use, and homelessness in recent years. Witness said that Neely, 30, had been acting out on the train on May 1st, and Marine veteran Daniel Penny, 24, was trying to subdue him when he put the street performer in a chokehold. In a recent interview, Penny further claimed Neely ripped off his jacket and threatened to kill the subway passengers. All right. I'm not reading that again because it seems like I read that before. All right. So that's it for now. And I am done. Hope you like the content. Anything you want to know about this channel, it's in the description box. Later. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.